Are you ready? Here we go. All right, let's go get some squash blossoms. So here we go, 10 dozen squash blossoms. Thank you. Greetings, hello. Today's the day. First squash blossoms of the year. Here from Velarde, from our single farmer, Rosa Maria Alcantar. We sell somewhere around 600 blossoms a week this time of year. And they are truly the best example of what is available from the farmer's market locally. These beauties were growing just last night and were picked before sunup, because once the sun comes up, those flowers will open, and so they need to be closed. So anytime I order these, I have to order them the night before so she can go pick them with a headlamp. So we're gonna start with the batter. It's a very simple batter. The ingredients are flour, cornmeal, cornstarch, and club soda and eggs. So I've got 1 cup of cornstarch and 1 cup of flour in here, and I'm going to use the well method. So I make a well in the center, and I crack my eggs in there. Without the shell. And then I'm going to add my club soda, which is cold. It's really necessary for it to be cold. And I'm going to pour everything right in the middle.
So club soda instead of regular water,
Well, this is where we're going to get the carbonation from that's going to leaven our batter and make it lighter. So there are other ways with baking soda, baking powder, but I find those ingredients to be a little bitter. So we get our carbonation from the club soda. So I like to add it incrementally to mix out any of the lumps, and desperately trying not to over whip it, because then it won't be crispy. You'll also notice that I'm not adding any salt. Salt will break down the fry oil.
Interesting.
So this is a little thick. I'm gonna thin it out. And so again, the ratio is really 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of cornstarch, 2 eggs, and 2 cups of club soda, give or take.
And so this is a silly question, but obviously you're saying that you don't want to, oh no, you said you don't want to over whisk it.
Right, because then it gets tough. So this looks like a good texture for me. We're looking for what's called nappe. So nappe means that it coats the back of the spoon. So that's nappe. A little bit like crepe batter. A little thinner than pancake batter. Okay. This dish is a signature dish, and it's the one dish that every year everybody really looks forward to. So there's a lot of enthusiasm around this. So I'm looking to get my fry oil hot. I think we're looking for about 375. And the way I test it is to drizzle a little bit of the batter in it and see how it reacts, which it's reacting. So that's what we're looking for. We're gonna batter both sides of the blossom, and we have this handy little handle here that keeps my fingers clean. You can even do 2 at a time. And I wipe the excess off on the side of the bowl. We'll put this away. I'm going to lower that temp just a little bit.
Where did you get the idea to start doing this? What gave you the
I didn't
inspiration?
invent squash blossoms. It's more or less a very classical French dish. So I am going to flip them now as they are turning golden brown. And so, you know, I really like fondue. I really like chev. So we do a goat cheese chev fondue for this, which I think really complements the delicacy of the squash blossoms. They have a very delicate zucchini flower flavor. So a lot of people think that they're stuffed. They're not stuffed. They are just full of air. They're extremely light. And so just looking for golden brown on both sides, which we're getting here in this nice, clean, hot oil. And I would say they're just about ready to come out. So they fry rather quickly. So I'll take off any excess oil here. And I put them on a clean towel. Now I can shut off my burner, and now I will season them with salt. Okay, so for the presentation, we have a goat cheese fondue. We have a local goat cheese here. We have sauteed garlic, shallots, a little bit of chili flake, a little bit of cumin, some cream, and then local goat cheese. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mirror the plate with this. So by putting it in the center of the plate and letting it run out, this is called mirroring the plate. There are some fresh herbs in there, salt and pepper to taste. And now we're going to stack up our blossoms, which are nice and crispy. And I like to stack them high. All right. Now we're going to add our tomato basil sauce. This is just any recipe you have for tomato sauce. So we do onions, garlic, olive oil, a little bit of tomato paste. We do white wine because I like the levity of the white wine over the red wine. And then we use plum tomatoes that are peeled and seeded. And then we finish it with fresh basil. I like it very rustic and chunky. And I will put that on the top. So what you're getting here is a sweet acid influence from the tomato sauce, the creaminess from the goat cheese, and then you have the crispy texture from the batter on the squash blossoms. So when you eat this dish, you're really looking for that, you know, multitude of textural diversity coming from the crispy, creamy, tomatoey acid fruit. I went to the farmer's market today and got some beautiful purple basil. And that is the squash blossom beignets with goat cheese fondue and tomato basil sauce.
That is beautiful. And that basil's incredible. Look at that. Wow.
Cheers.
Oh my God. I've never seen basil of that color.
Opal basil.
All right. Well, thank you, Chef.
Cheers. My pleasure.
Happy summer.
Let's dig in.